President Trump arriving at Windsor Castle as part of his historic second state trip to the UK, and his visit getting some pushback from the people of England.
Jonathan Hunt is live in London with the details. Good morning, Jonathan.
Lawrence, Ainsley, Brian, good morning to all of you. The protest here that has been organised for weeks now is due to get underway shortly. Let me give you a lay of the land. We're in Portland Place, the heart of central London. Protest is due to start in about 40 minutes or so, but they're already gathering across the street from us here. We've got a handful of police officers too. And as you look at the signs here, some of them read Stop Trump, Stop Fascism. Some of them are about seeking an end to the war in Gaza. Some of them, I've seen flags, the Ukrainian flag flying. And just across from us here in red, you can see we have somebody dressed as an extra from The Handmaid's Tale. It gives you a good sense of the disparate nature of this protest. They're expecting thousands, they hope tens of thousands to come out. But I have to point out as well that Britain is a country that is very much split over President Trump. There are many who support his policies, wish the policies were more like that here in the UK. And of course, there are the critics. Here's a sampling of both. Listen.
I don't think it's right that we're having Trump come for a second state visit due to his horrible rhetoric, policies and actions towards women and people of colour.
I quite like Trump, yeah. I think he does a good job for what he does. Yeah, he's trying to make America great again, and I think we need someone like that over in England. I think politicians are useless at the moment. So.
Do you think he's welcome in London? Are you happy he's here?
I'm happy he's here. Yeah, I've got no problems with him at all. Yeah, I'm quite happy with him. Yeah.
Now, protesters hope that they can match the tens of thousands who turned out for a right-wing protest and what was essentially an anti-immigration protest here in London over the weekend. We'll see if it builds to that. Police have said they have 1,600 officers on standby if there is any trouble. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Our next guest warns no amount of pomp and circumstance can hide the current free speech crisis there in the UK.
Yep, the Sun editor-at-large, Harry Cole, joins us now from London. Harry, this is something that was brought up by the Vice President and others here, and all of Europe. The President's brought up to leaders. How bad is the free speech problem, especially as it relates to the Internet in the UK?
Absolutely. It's a topic that could really upend this state visit. Prime Minister here, Keir Starmer, will be hoping there won't be too many questions at the press conference tomorrow about this issue, but it is really bubbling under the surface and then breaking out with some seriously high-level cases of shocking incidents where people are essentially being detained, questioned, charged and even jailed for things they're posting on social media. There's been a case of a mother who, during the unrest here last summer, tweeted in haste and then deleted a fairly incendiary comment, but one that didn't really, I don't think, deserve 3 months in up to 3 years in jail, suspended partly, but she spent a lot of time in jail. And then there's a comedian, Graham Linehan, who landed at Heathrow Airport on his way back from the United States and was detained by 5 armed policemen for a joke he made about the trans community. It wasn't very funny. It was okay. It wasn't one of his best jokes, but he was detained and he remains under investigation, possibly facing charges for hurty words. And Keir Starmer is, he meets Donald Trump a lot, and it's always raised when they come up that Britain's free speech is under threat. And he always says, oh, no, it's not, it's not. But the President, I'm told, is aware specifically of these cases, and I suspect might bring them up this time.
So, Harry, can you explain to our audience, because I don't think a lot of people understand, y'all don't have the First Amendment there. So it makes it easier to go after people for their free speech.
Not only do we not have the First Amendment, we have a whole slew of red tape and complicated laws that govern online censorship, hate speech. We have these things called hate speech incidents that don't quite qualify as a crime, but a policeman can come round and there's multiple cases of this happening every week where the police are knocking on doors they're weighing into Facebook arguments, they're weighing into flame wars on Twitter. And it's the most absurd waste of police time that actually it seems to be getting out of control. Yeah, you're completely right. We don't have the First Amendment. We don't have a codified constitution like you guys have. And that means that a whole number of laws, badly worded, badly drafted laws, are left open to interpretation by different police forces across the country. Some who are using common sense and saying this is not a good use of police time, but then more bureaucratic officers are saying, well, actually, we are going to get involved in this. And while crime in London is soaring, burglaries, shoplifting, muggings across the country aren't being policed. You get your house burgled, the police don't turn up. You write something mean on the internet, you're in cuffs.
And Harry, I remember when our vice president was over in the UK, he was talking about someone was arrested just for going to an abortion site and praying because years before he and his girlfriend had decided to terminate their child, and he felt regret and went to go pray and ask for forgiveness, and he was arrested. This is what our president said on September 4th. Listen.
I will just say that in terms of UK, strange things are happening over there. They are cracking down, and surprisingly so. And I've spoken to the Prime Minister, and let's see what happens. But it is a little bit different situation. I'm very surprised to see what's happening.
Harry, your reaction?
Well, yes. I mean, that conversation clearly took place behind closed doors. I suspect it will probably be had again during the state visit. Today's part of the state visit is all about the royal pomp and circumstance that we've been seeing play out on the screens. We get lots of things right in Britain, including being able to put on an amazing show like that. But I think tomorrow is going to be more about the politics when Keir Starmer and Donald Trump come together, and I suspect there could be some fireworks.
Harry, a few years ago, putting the American flag out to some people was a trigger. Thankfully, we've pushed back on that. We're ready to celebrate our 250th birthday. I feel like you guys are there. Evidently, your flag is something that not everybody's welcoming flying from their house. It's a trigger. Am I overstating what the reality is? Is there not a lot of British pride right now and you have to hide it?
There's a real sense that over the last decade or so, maybe 15 to 20 years, patriotism has been seen as a dirty word in this country. There's a movement at the moment that is, again, sort of almost in a way the sort of MAGA revolution has happened in America, where people are saying, look, I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up of being told what to do. I like my country. I want my country back. And I'm going to fly the England flag or the Union Jack on my front door, on my lamppost, or they're even spraying roundabouts here. You guys don't have many roundabouts, but if you did, they'd be sprayed as well, I suspect.
Awesome. I love it. What's wrong with being proud of your country?
Right.
You know, and if you come to the country, be proud, learn their heritage and their ways. Don't come with your ways and make your own enclave that's impenetrable by the British. Many people say you guys have Sharia law set up in different areas of London. I would like to find out what that's about, because we got a problem in Michigan. Thanks so much, Harry.
Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.